So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Ajax.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I'm a real fan of this guy, Ruben Dias. Portugal do have the reputation, not just of producing great wingers, but great centre-halves too. And I see him as the latest in line. Okay, he can be quite conservative and he won't wow you with inch-perfect long-range passes, but he's incredibly solid.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. That is good alertness. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
And it's Messi. That could spell trouble. He's had a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Can he spark a counter here? Oh, that's well spotted. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Kimmich. That's been cut out, well played. Alonso. And this is Messi. Messi! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
Atletico Paranaense with the corner. They're first. Aguirre tries to clear. Oh, well played, well played. Out for a throw. Rafinha.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Aguirre did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's made its way to him. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Cruyff. Messi goes for goal! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Atletico Paranaense have their second corner now. Ajax have the chance to go the other way. Bergomi kept aware, And it is reclaimed easily.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Shot a goal! Sensational from Suarez!
Oh, what a superb finish to this first half from a great player. It's lifted the whole mood of the team and indeed the fans, and it should be enough to ensure they go into the break with a narrow but very welcome advantage.
Number 5.
Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Atletico Paranaense have made the... And Cruyff! No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Now that's well seen too. Rafinha, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Vieira. Messi being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that...
Oh, he's been caught napping! And the shots! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Now the ball in.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. It's been slipped through. Takes a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense. Number 10.
Both sides then
Messi.
taking this chance to
Number
turn to
5.
their benches.
Suarez. Number 6. Johan Cruyff. Coming
No,
on the field.
again there's no way through.
Number 23. Griezmann.
So Jim, what are you thinking?
Number 25.
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
He has found the way through. Ajax have got it back and they'll have another go.
Ajax really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. Atletico Paranaense surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Goal! He should have put that one away.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
So, third corner of the game. And he's gone looking for safety. Ajax are looking to go forward now. He's picked his way through. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's to Ketelara. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oliveira gets across to intercept that. Son Heung-min. He's found the way through. It's Son Heung-min! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Very much into the last knocking.
Has been indicated.
He's got away. And it's Correa. That is lovely. And that is as far as it goes. Atletico Paranaense have held on. They have doggedly sometimes. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Atletico Paranaense against Uruguay.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're underway.
I think in Puskás we have someone who you can call the world's first international sports star. He was a man so prolific that he almost scored for fun. He even has an award named after him for the outstanding goal of that year, scored across world football.
And he was the very epitome of an out-and-out goal scorer. Those that follow England will well recall him as the architect of Hungary's famous 6-3 win against them.
Such a quick-witted player, Peter, as well, who could tie the best defenders in knots. And we can't forget about his wonderful left foot.
Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Luis Suarez. Well read, nice interception. And here's Eto'o. And it's made its way to him. Distributed tidily.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And we have our very first corner. It's a mighty effort! In he goes again. He's missed, but not by that far.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
And it's Hakimi. Now it's Bale. Great vision. That's been cut out, well played. Now it's Bale. And he's intervened well there. Threads one in. It's played through for him. Chance! Oh, that wasn't far away. Corner number 2 then. Climbs up big! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Vieira is offering a wry smile there.
Atletico Paranaense have their third corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vieira picks it up from the goal kick. Atletico Paranaense finding their passes.
Cruyff really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
It's Eto'o! Denied by an instinctive save.
Eto'o clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
He's got full. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Bale really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, that's superb. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Alonso. And this is Luis Suarez. Puskás. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Suarez picks it up out wide. Now it's Cruyff. Oh, good ball!
There will be 1 minute added time.
A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. There's the whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at
I'd like
half-time.
to draw your attention to the screen right now for information on our shuttle bus service. Substitution for Atletico Paranaense, number 6, Johan
And that's the
Cruyff.
start of another 45 minutes.
Suarez.
Atletico Paranaense have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Now it's Messi. And it's Lam. Aimed beyond the defence. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Atletico Paranaense different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certain...
Bale! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Uruguay have their second corner now. Park Ji-sung goes short. That has been slung wide.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Xavi Alonso. And he plays one through. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Looking for the run. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Messi. Marquinhos kept aware. And it is reclaimed easily. Casillas getting this one clear. Pass is just off target. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Uruguay clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, smashing header! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. here, throw in again. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Collier, now it's Bale. Rijkaard gets rid without sophistication. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Atletico Paranense really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And it's Bale. It's a pretty loose pass. And that is a little undercooked. Looking for options for movement. Atletico Paranaense needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bale. Lam. Oh, that's fabulous.
There will be one minute
Oh,
added
he's been
time.
caught napping. And we're done. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. So Jim, how do you... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating.
Shot, surely! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Robertson. Nice looking ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And this is Cruyff. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Cruyff. Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Spread it left. Tries to play it through. And this is Cruyff. Lofted in. Oh, smashing header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Atletico Paranaense certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Still goalless at the moment. Robertson. And it's Valverde. He has found the way through. And that's aimed into the middle. It's a goal kick. Pullet gathers from the goal kick. Manchester United look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just...
Shot a goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Atletico Paranaense with the corner. They're first. That's a decent clearance. Played out wide. Alonso. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Tries to get it clear. And they've got a throw. And it's Vieira. Ferdinand deals with that comfortably. Cristiano Ronaldo. Plays a sharp little ball here. That is a brilliant interception. It's a really well-measured ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. Nedved. And it's Xabi Alonso. Looking for options for movement. That's been slipped through. The half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So your views on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
For Manchester United.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Coming on the field.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Number 15.
Atletico Paranaense clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Luis Suarez. Now it's Cruyff. Beckham, very much a man of this moment. Deftly away. Well, they've got it again. Well, that's well seen too. And claimed it back swiftly. That's a shade optimistic. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Nicely spread. 60 minutes played. Not the best distribution from the keeper. And it's played forward. And they're back on the ball again. Cristiano Ronaldo. Schmeichel claims comfortably. Carvajal. Batista. Chance! It's bounced back off the post. And it's played into the middle. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 9,
So,
Batistuta.
time for changes
Coming
on
to
both
replace
sides,
him
actually.
is number 5, Mason Greenwood. Substitution.
Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Greenwood, and they're on him in a flash. Now it's Griezmann. Now it's Bale. Threads one in. Guti's cross. Big header! It's in! And late in the day, a telling moment.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have the first goal.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Atletico Paranaense close now to seeing this one through to the end. Griezmann gets into a good position. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Deep cross. Climbs up big. Cut. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride.
Just a quick reminder today.
Griezmann
Please
voted
refrain
man of
from
the
parking
match, and
outside this
deservedly
stadium.
so. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and
all
welcome
the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Now he's got space here. Danielson could try cutting inside here. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Griezmann. And this is Luis Suarez. Griezmann. Luis Suarez. Now this could... And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's gone looking for safety. Look at the space here. There's the shot! Goal! Atletico Paranaense! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Luis Suarez.
So, a breakthrough already. Spread out to the left.
Luis Suarez.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. It's Griezmann! Off the post! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Atletico Paranaense presented with a golden opportunity here. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Provedel looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Oh, that's a brilliant save!
Oh, once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
And here's Luis Suarez! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Nedved. And it's Vitinha.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Out for a throw. Danielson gets into some space. And back out it comes. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez. Good driving run.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Oh, no joy this time. Now it's Luis Suarez. And it's Griezmann. Luis Suarez. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's decided to go for it. Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Azar. That's a sharp pass. Cruyff. And Cruyff! It's there! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Atletico Paranense are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
He slings it in. And that'll be the last act of the first half. What to look back on the first 45 minutes?
Atletico Paranense really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Atletico Paranaense go in at half-time. Great chance! That'll be a throw. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Back into the middle. Mateus. Passes short and sharp. Oh, good spread. And he was quick to react. Vitinha.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Now it's Griezmann. Oh, he's bustling through here. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Played out wide. Lam.
Oh, great feat, that.
Aimed in towards the centre.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
It's a throw-in. And it's Cruyff. He might be in here! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Mateus with the cross. In again. That's a decent clearance. Back in once more. Luis Suarez! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Denilson looks to get on the end of this. Denilson. Yeah.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Vitinha. And that's another good win of the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Cruyff! Now that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. Up he goes! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Oh, he went for it there knowing full well that it could have all been wrapped up.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he shoots! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And it's made its way to him.
Minutes has been
Back when it
indicated.
goes. Olise. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. That looks a cracking ball. And this is... And there's the shot! And yes, it's there! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty, and that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
And now, I'd just like to read out our fan club members who are celebrating their birthdays today.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, it's gone in!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Well, our first story of the day, and it's a big one. The skipper, to start by doing that, has given everyone a fright, and I think himself too. So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Played out wide. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Messi.
Atletico Paranaense are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Xavi Alonso. Now it's Rafinha. Tries to play it through. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That is a great pick out. And Messi! It's in! Atletico Paranaense back in business. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Minutes is number 10.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's been slipped through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Barcelona with the corner, there first. This looks... Goal! Goal! Barcelona! And again they hit the front. Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action.
Great chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Messi. That is a brilliant interception.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of...
Luis Suarez! And he's done very well to deal with it.
That was really good pressure. They did enough to put him off in the end.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's half-time here. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Please
the own goal was symptomatic of their first half performance. They're not at it.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Atletico Paranaense can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, what a climb! Cleared without complication. And this is Bale. There's the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. And it's Nedved. Atletico Paranaense do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Oh, that's well spotted. Chalhanoglu. Bale. And this is Bale. And the finish! They want to be quick to recover this. The referee has given a corner.
Substitutions taking place.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Lam, good purposeful running this.
Atletico Paranense really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Terrific header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Lam, oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Atletico Paranaense perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Threads one in. Bale's cross. Koundé with the clearance.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Atletico Paranaense needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against
It's a mighty effort! It's a goal! It's level again! What a match we have!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 18, Eucharist. Number 10,
Barcelona are
Mbappe.
able now to make their
Number
substitution.
7,
It's been on the cards for a few
Heung-min.
moments now.
Number 8,
Quite a thriller this one's
Rafinha.
become.
Number
Atletico
3,
Paranense really
Robertson.
can sense it now.
Coming
This
on the
game is
field,
theirs to win.
number
They just
9,
need to step it up
Erling
and force the
Haaland.
issue.
Number 20, number
Now there's
11,
and the shot!
Neymar.
Oh, yes! It's there! Late in the day, this could well be it! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on... He's having a shot! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And that really is so
There will be
impressive.
5 minutes
Well, from
added
the
time.
moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Now this could be a chance. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he's running through. Shoots to shoot! Oh, it's a beauty! A finish right from the top draw. And they are through. And there goes the final whistle. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Atletico
And we come to you
Paranaense
now with a
desperately
quick request
failing
for
to
support
impose
for
themselves
our
on the
charity
game.
fund, Chance
Decidedly
in Football.
flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everybody,
yet to
and
kick off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable.
Atletico Paranaense against Brazil.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Lionel Messi's heroics in the Middle East still very fresh in our minds, Jim.
They are 7 goals, and deservedly the player of the tournament. He was terrific in the knockout round, scoring in every game, and I was particularly impressed with that semi-final performance.
Yeah, penalty to start with, of course, and then he finished it all off, setting up the third, 20 minutes out from the end.
Yeah, it was a perfect performance against a very tough and durable Croatian side. He was the star.
Back into the middle. And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Lahm gets good distance on it. Bergomi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Lahm gets into some space. Lahm delivers. They get a throw in. That is ended up in no man's land. Messi. Oh, there's real chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Atletico Paranaense with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Up he goes! Goal! Atletico Paranaense! And Atletico Paranaense take the lead. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Atletico Paranaense have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
It's Xabi Alonso. He has found the way through. That is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Atletico Paranaense are doing very nicely, thank you.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Off the post! And again! And it's hit the woodwork again! Vieira.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Nedved. Messi. Chance for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Atletico Paranaense find a position of real strength now.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
That is a crunching tackle. And this is Messi. Messi!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Cruyff. And here's Xabi Alonso. Robertson. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Aimed beyond the defence.
There will be 3 minutes.
It's a good ball out
time.
wide. He won't be happy with that one. He's tried one! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
And a quick reminder today,
It's an
everybody,
eye-catching
to
scoreline,
make sure
but
to
it's
put
a
any litter
fair
in the
reflection on
bins
what we've just seen
provided.
in
Thank
this
you for
first
your
half, Peter.
cooperation.
Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Coming on to
Atletico
replace him
Paranaense are
number
relentlessly
23,
steamrolling their
Griezmann.
way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Referee has just said play on. He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Atletico Paranaense do have a chance to counter here. 3-0 the score, and very little to suggest that much is going to change. Has a shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Brazil really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Defending was strong and firm. Platini. Now that's well seen too. Alonso. And here's Cruyff. Atletico Paranaense are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he's quick to snatch it back. Nedved in acres of space. It's a mighty effort! Oh, it rattles the bar! Neymar threads one in. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And it's Griezmann. Griezmann. It's Inzaghi! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Now it's Inzaghi. Nedved. Filippo Inzaghi. And it's Inzaghi! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And how did he not make it four?
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense.
Well, the opening goal did come from a corner. Now then.
Number 11, Filippo Inzaghi. Number 13, Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field, number 25, Son Heung-min.
Costa Curta
Number
gets rid
7,
without sophistication.
Jan
Oh, what a
Number
mistake.
21, Guti.
He's shifting through the gears here. He's through and all along. And he shoots! No, not quite. Son Heung-min. He's a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And that's it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Atletico Paranaense against
Well,
Thailand.
the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. Well, we We just know, of course, what an excellent goalkeeper Dida is. Indeed, some consider him to be right up there amongst the elite.
Yeah, towering, and someone who always has great presence. For me, he just always seems relaxed and in tune with everything that's going on. A true great.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And it's Vieira. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Nedved surely had to know he had the support to his right, and if he didn't, he just needs to get his head up.
That'll be a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. It's a pretty loose pass. Now here's the delivery. And he's taking no chances there. And he was alert to it. Guardiola takes control of it and he's on the move. Kokchu. Now there's a fine shot, surely! Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Chance for a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
And it's Del Piero. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Atletico Paranaense are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Griezmann. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Great ball, and he's in. Cruyff! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Atletico Paranaense really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And we have our very first corner. Del Piero attempts a clearance. Vieira. No, it's not getting there.
Atletico Paranaense truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Thuram gets over and intercepts. Vieira. Nicely shaped ball. Dink through.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Nedved tries to play it through. And the referee brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
For me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Coming on to replace him.
We are already promptly back underway.
Atletico Paranaense really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. just looked a step too slow on everything.
It's a goal kick. And it's Guardiola. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Xavi Alonso. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Messi. It's a searching pass. Can he finish? It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still...
Real chance!
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Luis Suarez. Thailand are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense. Number 23.
Final checks on the
Griezmann.
touchline. A change
Number 5,
about to occur.
Suarez. Number 13. Xabi
Del
Alonso.
Piero.
Coming on the field. Number 9.
And it's
Ribery.
Bale.
Number 7. Yangola.
Atletico Paranaense
Number 21,
finding their passes.
Guti.
That was lovely, that.
And he's found the chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Ribery. Searching pass he's played there, and he cuts out the supply. Atletico Paranaense are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And that's gone route one.
Atletico Paranaense are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Lam. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That has ended up in no man's land. And that's put paid to a promising move. It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! About as smooth as it gets! With so little time left! Grandstand finish! And that is a goal worthy of universal
Nearly 3
appreciation.
minutes added
Even
time.
the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
And time is up. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Atletico Paranaense.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarterback influence on a team so that as soon as he gets on the ball, everyone starts making runs. He's a master passer and a beautiful manipulator of the ball.
Messi. Mateus did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Xabi Alonso.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's managed to get free. Lam gets into some space. Throw in. And it's Vieira. And here's Cruyff. And Cruyff! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Cruyff. That looks a good cross. Tries a shot! Totti always looking for that half a chance. Tries to pass it through. He's being Shevchenko!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Looking for options for movement. Still goalless at the moment. And this is Messi. Cruyff. And the finish! Goal! Atletico Paranaense! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Atletico Paranaense have broken. Decent chance! No mistake! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Bergomi calmly anticipates. Nedved. Messi, very much a man of this moment.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great vision. Pass is just off target.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Added time.
It's the sort of situation.
And it's half-time here. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Substitutions taking place.
And so we're off again.
Atletico Paranaense have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism optimism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? It's a sharp pass. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
And Cruyff! And he welcomes it in. Looking for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. He's tried one! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Shevchenko. Played out wide. Threads one in. Played into space out wide. And this is Cruyff. And the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Into the last quarter of an hour. And Shevchenko! It's hit the crossbar. Thuram is there, and he can get that clear.
Zambia simply cannot be faulted for their effort here, Peter. They're giving all they have. You can't ask for more.
Oh, no joy this time. That's a lovely, neat pass. Chouameni. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. No way through. And here's Cruyff. Atletico Paranaense close now to seeing this one through to the end. Xavi Alonso. Oh, well measured. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Has been indicated.
Atletico Paranaense nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And that's it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no
Shapes to shoot! Off the post! Back in possession and ready to go again. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. No, he's seen through all of that. Now it's Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Looking for the run. Oh, that... And the finish! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Atletico Paranaense are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Xabi Alonso puts his foot on the gas. And it's Messi. Messi.
Atletico Paranaense really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Atletico Paranaense clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Thuram gets across to intercept that. Now, what about a counter-attack? He's through and all alone! Goes for a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Was he just trying to be a little too clever then? I mean, it's hard to say, but one thing's for sure. He needed to stick it away, and he knows it.
Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cruyff. Barcelona look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Luis Suarez. Now it's Nedved. Nedved really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Roberto Carlos defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. It's a good spell of possession, this. Luis Suarez!
There will be 1 minute and
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
This possibly the last play of the half. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that should get the job done. And we hit half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Atletico Paranaense can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, super ball! It's run loose here. Cruyff. He's free, he has got space.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
So what can they make of this? Time and again they are repelled. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Bergomi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Atletico Paranaense looking to pass their way through.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Deep cross. And Dijk gets good distance on it. Picked out, it's Bale! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And here's Messi. Xabi Alonso.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff out towards the flank. Now, can they get him away? And this is Neymar. That's very neat. Oh, it's played into the area. That has been knocked clear. Luis Suarez. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Cruyff. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Oh, terrible pass. He won't be happy with that one. Looking for a runner. Vieira cuts it out. And here's Cruyff.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Caicedo has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Martinelli. Now it's Neymar. Oh, lovely bit of skill. He could be in here. It's Alonso! Oh, super goal! A finish of true class! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Atletico Paranaense have taken the lead.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Cruyff. Aimed beyond the defence. Now there's a fine ball. Neymar was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Neymar. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. And here's Elise. He is through here. And he was alert to it. No way through. Caught offside that time. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Just
Some first half thoughts?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Atletico Paranaense are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Gabriel Martinelli. Coming on to replace him is number 21, Opendo.
Here we go again. Atletico Paranaense carrying a one-goal lead. Throw in. Maldini. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. And that has put paid to that. Neymar. A played. That has snuffed out the danger.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Bergomi gets across to intercept that. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. And this is Neymar. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well read, nice interception. And here's Openda. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Xabi Alonso looking to run onto it. Koundé can get it clear. That'll be a throw. He's decent chance! They want to be quick to recover this. Openda. Eder Militao cuts out the pass. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And this is Cruyff. And the shot! And he hits the net! Do not write them off! Back they come! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Quality ball. Oh, no joy this time. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Atletico Paranense really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now it's Cruyff. Nicely weighted ball. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Koundé attempts a clearance.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 1 minute added time.
The most accurate pass. And that has left him in a heap. And time is up. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a
everybody,
match
and
that will
welcome
really
to
get the
today's
juices
match.
flowing.
Manchester United.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Oh, what has happened here? And he's got the beating of his man. Big chance! He's having a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's away! And the shot! It's in!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Atletico. Messi! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they...
And Cruyff! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Atletico Paranaense with the corner. They're first. And he gets rid in a hurry. Neither of them. And the volley. Belletti. Cannavaro. Denilson. Knocks it out wide. Rummenigge. And that is expertly dealt with. Chance, surely! Denied by an instinctive save.
Eto'o really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Bergomi gets it away. Atletico Paranaense have the chance to go the other way. He's shifting through the gears here. Takes a shot! Goal! Atletico Paranaense! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Atletico Paranaense take the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them.
And a chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. It's in. Again, in a trice. And they are soaring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
After 19 minutes is number 6, Johan Cruyff.
Atletico Paranaense go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Eto'o. Xavi Alonso, probing pass. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And that has left him in a heap. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. He's looking wide, and it's Ronaldinho. And this is Eto'o, and he's found a way past. A long shooting chance! taken goal. Back within one. They have them in their sights again. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands.
It's oh! It's there! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down.
And the finish! Xavi Alonso. Alonso! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, he's really drilled it. Atletico Paranaense have their second corner now. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. It's Alonso! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Belletti. And it's Cannavaro. Hazard. Aimed beyond the defence. Lahm. Knocks it into space. Cannavaro deals with that comfortably. Tries to pass it through. Ronaldinho. Oh, easy pickings there. Cannavaro. Danielson powering forward here. It's Belletti. Now it's Luis Suarez. Danielson. Xavi Alonso. Oh, nicely intercepted. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
There will be
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And it's Lahm. Lahm plays it in. Oh, what a climb! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Vieira.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
There's the whistle for half-time. Atletico Paranaense are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Programs are available from stands located by the gates. I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 20, Danielson. Coming on the field is number 8, Baggio. Substitution.
And so we're off again. Ribery. Fired deep towards the back post. Now it's Nedved. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And he's heaved it away. Bale. This looks promising. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Kohler certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Lahm is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Threads one in. Oh, he's found support out wide. Bullish header! Marvellous goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Atletico Paranense are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Atletico Paranaense go into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Manchester United needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
It's Eto! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Sticks it away. They're level in a trice.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the...
Terrific header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Atletico Paranaense still have the cards to affect this game. Looking for options for movement. Ribery. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 18, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 15, Ronaldinho. Number 14, Rijkaard.
And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Number 4, Olise. Number 3,
So, third corner of the
Xabi
game.
Alonso. Substitutions taking place.
Olise with the clearance. And it's Ribery. Oh, good ball.
Kohler really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
It's Nedved! Goal! Atletico Paranaense! And again they hit the front. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Guti gets a foot in here, and he welcomes it in. Real chance here. Ribéry cross, he rises! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is constant.
Shake! They've done it! Oh, given away. Oh, that's fat. And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Big header! They've scored! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike. Certain, searing and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Atletico Paranaense take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. And here's Elise. Eto. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Collar. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Lam. Looking for the run. Hazard providing an outlet on that flank. Eto! Oh, should have put that away.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback. Oh, great feat, that.
Tries a shot! Oh, taken with style. With so little time left. Grandstand finish. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
He gets big. Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Lam. He's in space and looking for options.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Ribéry. Out for a throw. Roberto Baggio. And it's Nedved. Oh, that's ambitious. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
So will they make it count again? He's got tall. Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? Ribéry climbs up big. He scores! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Atletico Paranaense, number 7.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And that's that. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Portugal.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of Jordi Alba on the ball today, Peter. He'll be trying to link up the play both out wide and centrally. He really is such an integral part of this team.
Of course he is, and he'll be putting in a few teasing crosses as well, I imagine.
Yeah, and he's an extraordinary player, easily one of the best in his position.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Probing pass. Vieira. Now it's Luis Suarez. Out towards the flank. Can he get it through? And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Portugal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
That is good alertness. Costa Curta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Lofted it, he's got tall! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Atletico Paranaense still without a single shot on target. Belletti. Jordi Alba.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Cruyff. Tries to pass it through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Belletti. And it's Rooney. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Cruyff. And here's the chance to counter. Great vision. And the through ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Messi. And it's been... And he shoots! They've scored!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How would you review the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Atletico Paranaense leading 1-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed. Big chance! Messi! Oh, that is beautiful! He's got himself an absolute peach. 2 up now, and they are cruising. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Atletico Paranaense finding their passes. Cruyff. That's beautifully weighted. Ronaldo gets flagged offside. Oh, good-looking ball. Defending was strong and firm. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Collier. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Cruyff. That's Nedved.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Xavi Alonso. And he welcomes it in. Costa Curta gets across to intercept that. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Vieira. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Luis Suarez. Oh, it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that pass isn't the best. Cruyff. And Cruyff! Johan Cruyff, unequalled in the history of our beautiful game. That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are pulling clear here.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Cruyff. Xavi Alonso with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Atletico Paranaense looking to pass their way through. And it's Luis Suarez. Vieira.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Maldini makes the interception. Xavi Alonso. And he's picked out the run. He's away. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Nedved! And that may well be that. That is that. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome.
Please report to the
Messi
staff room
claiming the Man of the
immediately.
Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Atletico Paranaense.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Germany have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
He is through here. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This for the lead. Golden opportunity wasted.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Tries to pass it through. That is a great pick out. Chance for a shot! Goal, Germany! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Cruyff, he's got away. And that would have been some goal.
Cruyff just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he rises to it.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Atletico Paranaense are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Dembele driving forwards. Bellingham. Xavi Alonso. That's an imaginative pass. Now it's Luis Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, another save.
Suarez really can't believe it. Foiled by the keeper again.
Atletico Paranaense with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, what a climb! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Ball looks a good one. Well read. The danger is averted. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Maicon gets across to intercept that. Vieira. Moved on forwards. Xavi
2
Alonso.
added minutes has been indicated.
And it's Xavi Alonso. That is good alertness. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Please turn your attention to
Yeah,
the
you don't get
screen
any
for
points for
information
stating the
provided
obvious,
by the
Peter, but
local
thankfully
police.
this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And the action is back on the way.
Atletico Paranense really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Oh, smashing header! Harmlessly behind. Can he get it through? And this is Bale. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That's really well manoeuvred. Koller showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Bellingham has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Tries to get it clear. Atletico Paranaense have the chance to go the other way. Oh, he's found support out wide. Messi! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Your impressions so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Bale. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Germany are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And this is Dembele. And he's managed to get free. Shapes to shoot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Germany surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Koller.
Kohler really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Bale. Shot could be on.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
He's in a great position here.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show
I'm
for all of
afraid
that.
to tell you that we're expecting traffic to be heavy.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque
Hello,
evening here.
everybody,
A
and
clear
welcome
night,
to today's
all the
match.
ingredients for a showcase
Atletico
game that the
Paranaense
passionate crowd
against
demands.
Milan.
Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here. Beckham! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Milan with the corner, they're first. And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter.
Good effort from distance. Messi, great defending, strong and determined. Looking for the run. Nedved.
Such good technique. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Messi. And they can counter here.
Atletico Paranaense are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Oh, that was vital. Chance for a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Mateus. And the through ball. It's Luis Suarez! Oh, taken with style. They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Atletico Paranaense grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game.
And the shot! Into the pieces! Goal! Milan! And they're back in front! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Milan go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Messi. And this is Cruyff. Out to the right. All driven. It's a mighty effort! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Mateus gathers from the goal kick. Beckham. And it's Beckham. Knocks it into space. He's in a good position here. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Atletico Paranaense really could have done without this. Schmeichel, in the context of the game, he must save it. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Looking to play him in. And that interception was... And there's the end of the first half.
I'd like to draw your attention to the screen right now for information on our shuttle bus service. Substitution for Atletico Paranaense, number 5, Suarez.
So off we go once more.
Messi.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to...
Ah, he's given it away.
Coming on the field.
He's got away. He's done very well to get to that.
Bale actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution.
And it's Ribery. Nice bit of trickery. Well, there's the clearance. And this is Bale. Might be danger here. Lam is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Can he get on the end of this? And he's gone direct here. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time. He's had a shot! Oh, what a mistake! Fired deep towards the back. Oh, smashing it! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Costa Curta gets good distance on it. Atletico Paranaense do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And that's a good ball. It's Bale! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Bale clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
He's got tall. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
No way through. Bale. Mateus. And he whips it in. Dida claims it without any fuss. Short changes him with that pass. Into the last quarter of an hour. Beckham. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Messi. Tries to play it through. Now the delivery. Oh, he's been caught napping. Played it again. Well, now it's a... And another try! He should have put that one away.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Has a look and plays it forward. And he was alert to it. Well, the run has been... applies the finish! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. Messi goes short. Oh, good spread. Incoming delivery. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
There will be 1 minute added
Atletico
time.
Paranaense have the chance to go the other way. And he was quick to react. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result
Hello,
is
attendees.
one that
This
will
is
make
a
them
lost
suffer.
children's announcement. Please
How would you
keep your
summarise
eyes
what
on
we've
your
seen
children
today then,
during
Jim?
the match at
Well,
all
look, it was
times.
very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.